Well, good morning, friends. May 19th? Uh, I just greet you wherever you are in time and space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Um, there's so much I want to share with you. And when you look into the scriptures and just let the Spirit of God talk to you through the scriptures, it's overwhelming. It's simple, it's pure, but it's overwhelming simply because, well, there's no other book like it. When it says that all scripture is given by inspiration of God, it's the voice of God to us, to our minds, our spirits, our souls. Well, as I said, it's overwhelming. It's so pure, it's so simple, and yet it's so powerful. Sometimes I can be reading scripture or meditating on a scripture, and it's just like it takes my breath, as I see how scripture is just written over thousands of years, and they just flow together, tie together. No discrepancies, no contradictions. I haven't found any yet. Some people say the Bible contradicts itself. That in itself is a contradiction. If all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and they propagate that, and then turn around and say the Bible contradicts itself, well, what do you have? You have a serious contradiction. I remember a philosophy professor one time made that same kind of mistake. He said, I just want the class to know that I don't believe in any absolutes. I don't accept any absolutes, or I don't think there's an absolute truth. Well, the student replied, sir, didn't you just make an absolute statement? So if people say the scriptures contradict themselves and yet proclaim that all scripture is given by inspiration of God, they're saying that God contradicts himself. Okay, well, good luck with that. We're looking at the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Is it a physical tree? Is it physical fruit? Is it an apple, a pear, a plum, an apricot, a mango? What is it? Well, again, let the scriptures speak for themselves. There's 10 commandments, 10 primary commandments, and then they say, I've never counted them, but they say there's another 613 commandments that Moses wrote. Well, I've read the Bible probably through and through, time and time again, over the years, and I've never found an inspired scripture that talks about where God commanded Israel to not eat an apple, a pear, a plum, or any kind of fruit that grows from a tree. I've never found that. If what Adam and Eve did in the garden, if their transgression, and if the woman's deception that threw her into transgression, and Adam's willful transgression, if it caused death, listen to this very close, if that transgression caused death to come upon all of creation, in the day that you eat thereof, you shall die. That's what God said. That's what Yahweh said. If that transgression was so severe that it brought death upon all creation, would not Yahweh have mentioned it at least once and multiple times in the commandments that were given to Israel? I mean, we've got what? In the law, we have ceremonial laws, we have dietary laws, we have Levitical laws regarding the priesthood. We've got laws pertaining to marriage. There's all kinds of laws about worship, laws about graven images. So surely, if what Adam and Eve did, that transgression was so severe that it brought death on all creation, wouldn't it have been mentioned in the law? Wouldn't have God reminded Israel? I can't find it. I can't find in the dietary laws, I cannot find where he tells them not to eat an apple, a pear, some physical fruit that reminded them of the death that came upon all creation in the garden. I can't find it. Remember, God doesn't contradict himself. He doesn't create discrepancies. He doesn't speak truth one minute and falsehood the next minute. We're either going to accept the fact that all Scripture is given by inspiration of God and he is the fountain of pure, unadulterated truth, or not. So, what do we find in the commandments that reminds us over and over and over and over again? It reminds us of what started in Genesis, the beginning, the origin. Remember, Genesis, the beginning. What do we find? Well, let's look at the first 10 commandments. What's the first one? Exodus 20, go read it. You will have no other gods before me. Can we fit that into Genesis 3? Between the serpent and the woman? Can we find that commandment being disregarded in Genesis 3? You will have no other gods before me. Okay, let's see if that fits. God said, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, don't touch it, don't eat it, or partake of it. The day you do, you die. That's what Yahweh said, the true, self-existing, supreme deity. And now the first commandment says, you will have no other gods before me. The serpent is speaking for another god. Remember, Lucifer took a third of the angels. The Bible calls him the god of this evil world, the god of this evil age. He's a god. Those fallen angels are gods. They influence people. Lucifer influences people to follow his deception, his iniquity. So you will have no other gods before me. That's the first mistake the woman made. She turned from the voice of Yahweh and listened to another god, another voice. The first commandment. We can plug that in perfectly. Are you catching it now? I hope so, because we'll pick it up in the next video. Till then, remain in the peace and love of Yeshua.